Hello, welcome to this week's edition of Monday Messages. How was your week? I hope you had a great week. Boy, I had a week. I'm really excited about the week I had. So, I was finally able, in North Carolina, they finally opened up the vaccine to my category, which is overweight and obese. um, I don't qualify as obese yet, but I definitely am overweight, so I qualify for that. So, anyway, I went on immediately looking for what I could find for vaccinations. And I said, I don't care if I have to go to Bolivia, I am going to get this vaccination. So I go on and couldn't find anything the first day. And then I decided that night, the lady Jacqueline, who I talked to, she was from Texas. She was so awesome. Me and Jacqueline had a great talk as she was trying to find me an appointment. And she said, "No, honey, just keep going on looking." And I was like, "Okay, I will." Because she said they can pop up anytime. I was like, "Okay." So there's a tip for you. If you can't get one, keep checking because they keep popping up. It's based on kind of when the vaccines come in, she told me. So that night I decided, okay, you know what? I'm going to go on and see if I can find an appointment. So I go on and appointments pop up, and I was like, oh my god, this is great. And I signed up for my husband. So my husband, I was looking for things for him, and it's like, oh, okay. And there was a ton of appointments, and I was like, oh, good, I must have hit it just right. This is great. So I go and talk to my husband. I said, which one of these do you want? We do it, and I fill out the thing. So he gets his appointment to get his COVID vaccine. And in fact, he's going this afternoon. And so I'm like, okay, now I'm going to go on and sign myself up. And so I go on, all the appointments are gone that fast. I mean, literally 5 minutes, gone, everything. And there was a ton of appointments. So I'm like, oh no. I was like, now I gotta wait. So I was like, well, at least my husband got the shot. So I'm gonna get up the next morning, early in the morning, and I'm just gonna kind of see what I can play around with and see what comes up. And so I start going like 6 o'clock in the morning looking, and it's like, no, can't find anything, can't find. And then on Novant, when I went onto the Novant site, I was like, oh, an appointment popped up for 11:15 that day on the 19th. And I'm like, I was like, click, take it. I don't care where it's at. I'm taking it. I'll get there. And so as I start filling in the stuff, I was like, okay, so I got all my paperwork, everything's done, all the questionnaire, blah, blah, blah. And I said, okay, now where is this appointment at? Thinking it's like maybe uptown, a little half-hour drive. Maybe I might have to go to Winston-Salem. Who knows? I look, and it says Brunswick College, located in Bolivia, North Carolina. I said I'd be willing to go to Bolivia. So I was like, where is Bolivia? I mean, did you know there was a Bolivia, North Carolina? I didn't. So I looked it up, and sure enough, there's Bolivia, and it's a 3-hour drive. And I'm like, 3 hours, that's a long way to go to get a COVID shot. And then I've since started thinking, I was like, but are you willing to go? Are you willing to go to any length to get the shot? Why not go? What are you going to do today? You have nothing on your schedule, literally nothing on your schedule to do today. You could do it. You could be there in time to do it. Are you willing to go into any length to get this COVID vaccine? And so I started thinking about it. I was like, yeah, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to do it. I'm just going to go and get this first shot. And so I got dressed, packed my minivan, and headed out. And I went and got my COVID vaccine in Bolivia, North Carolina. And actually, it was a fun little. Oh, there's my. See, he likes to try and jump in on my Kelly on my Monday messages once again.
Hey Lucy, am I in this
Goodbye.
episode?
Goodbye. Or you will get out. Go. Okay. He's in my good graces because he brought me a chocolate chip cookie earlier. So keeping me in the overweight category for my COVID vaccine. Anyway, I digress. So it was actually it turned out to be a nice ride. I enjoyed. I got on the phone, talked to people. I prayed. I worked on my speech. It just was I enjoy these like kind of road trips. So I got there, got my vaccine, went in and had a little turkey burger by the beach. And then I came home, it was kind of a cool trip. I spent my day and I was like, this is actually a great way to spend my day. Plus, it's a great story to tell. I was like, oh, this is my Monday message. Going to Bolivia to get my vaccine. Um, but that ties in with the topic of the day of the week for me is it's the willingness, or how willing are you? You might say you're willing, because I can say I'm willing all you want. I said I'm willing to go to Bolivia, but when I'm faced with actually having to go to Bolivia, how willing am I? And then I realize, oh, no, no, I'm willing. I'm willing to do it. And it's like when you're getting sober, you say, oh, I'm willing, I'm willing, I'm willing. I'm so willing to do this. But how willing are you really? Are you willing? Are you willing to put everything aside and start this new life and get a better life of recovery under your belt? How willing are you? How willing are you to try to make the change and really make a difference in your life or somebody else's life? And how willing are you to let God take the reins today? With everything. Anything that goes wrong today, it's nothing my God can't handle. And same, my God, same as your God, so he can handle it too. So are you willing? Are you willing to let God run the show today and handle things according to his will, not my will? That's the key. I've got to be willing to let go so that God can handle it. God can take it and do what he needs to do to fix it. And that's become my prayer in the morning these days is, God, help me stay out of your way. Please, God, just help me stay out of your way today so you can give me all that you want to give me and I don't have to mess it up, because I will mess it up. I'll figure out a way. And then eventually you'll get me what I want, but not before me fighting for it. So are you willing? Are you willing today? And if you're not willing, can you pray for willingness? Maybe that's all you need to do is just ask God for the willingness to be willing. And once you just even kind of crack the door of the willingness, it swings open. It swings wide open. And once you start seeing reaping the rewards of letting God handle things and doing things for you that you didn't think would ever happen, and they start showing up and they start happening, and you see these God shots appearing all over the place, that's God in action. That's the reaping the rewards of your willingness. So how willing are you today? All it takes is just a little willingness, and the rest of the rest of the door will open eventually. And it may slam shut again, like it says, in 12-step recovery, they say, the door may open and then slam shut again, but just creep it open again and it will always open more. So I hope you have a wonderful week. I look forward to hearing about your willingness and getting your new life going. It's exciting times. Things are starting to happen. Spring is coming up all over the place, and new life is forming, and your new life is here today. So how willing are you to let God guide you in that new life? Okay, thanks. I hope you have a wonderful week. And if you're enjoying these Monday messages, go ahead, click that subscribe button. Let's keep in touch, and I will see you next week for Monday messages. Bye.